Hello, Rick Team video. Today we're gonna take a look again at the Weather Cup with a team with Shadow Kingdra as a safe swap. We have the Blaziken in the lead, which is currently a really good Pokemon to break the meta. And we have the Credillia in the back, as this is going to be our save for Swamperts or like other Pokemon like this. Actually, I think Credillia is, by the way, the worst Pokemon on this team. I would rather use something like Obama though, because it's better against Swampert, and a lot of times against those water-type Pokemon it can be a little bit tricky. How did this team go? I went actually 11-9 with this team, so I went positive, but I have to say something about this. I went one game into the open grading and just forfeit immediately, which makes it an 11-8, and I lost 2 games because my internet died, which always dies around 2 AM in the morning for whatever reason. I think it's just some reset or whatever. Happened to me for two games, so it was in total then an 11-6 run, which was, in my opinion, very good. The thing is with that as well, I was insanely unlucky. So I think this team would be really strong if you are just having normal luck, or if you're like a little bit more lucky, because we're running Kingdra today. Kingdra is a lottery Pokemon. Either you're going to be able to get the debuff on the opponent with the double attack debuff from Octazooka, or you don't get it. And I was insanely unlucky, and I felt I was insanely unlucky when I played those battles. So what I did is I went through all my recordings and counted all the Octazookas I did and all the debuffs I got from it, and I got in total 15 Octazookas off, which should total in around 7 to 8 debuffs in total there, because it's a 50% chance to debuff the opponent. I got 4 instead of 7 or 8. I got half of what I was supposed to get, which is definitely crucial, because like as you see here, the entire time I throw the move and nothing debuffs. It's really important that you get the debuff. Here we have been able to survive the boulders without the debuff. Might have changed something as like with the debuff. I mean, might have changed something as well. I think it actually would have changed something there as well. It's just very important that you get the debuff with this Pokemon. Like, helps out in tough matchups, and I still went 11-6 with really bad luck, and my opponent had really good luck. I had like so many scores against me getting the attack drop. I had so many Pokemon playing, for example, a Rakman I battled once before got a Bug Buzz debuff immediately. It's just like insane that if the opponent have just the luck on their side and you just are super unlucky. But yeah, I don't really want to complain too much about it. It's just part of the game. Of course, this is just numbers as well. If you most likely would play this team over a longer period, of course, 15 is not the biggest sample size, but here we actually get a rare like a rare debuff here, by the way. I remember this one here, which doesn't really help me because it's a charm 9 hits against me. But yeah, if you just have a bigger sample size, usually you would get more neutral results, where it most likely goes back to 50%. But right now, I got only 25% chance for a debuff, I guess, which is not really good and is not really worth it. But I would say this team definitely works out way better if you're into a dozen dice and if you have like half decent luck with your debuffs there. But still, team worked out pretty well, still went positive with it, and still had a great time with it as well. Definitely something that you can copy if you want a new team for this meta here. Also, kinda can beat, I think, the team that I showcased before with Alone Sandslash, which is going to be good. Also, another thing, later today we're going to have another trainer challenge coming up for Lance, because you voted for it. Would really appreciate if you would support this video there as well, and also support, of course, this video here. Leave a like on the video, always helps out a lot, getting the video shown to other people. Here we will see a very interesting matchup. This was actually one of my favorite matches against the opponent here, because they played this very well. I expect them to bait. They didn't bait here, go for the Blizzard. Very cool move there to go for Wish Case with Blizzard. They will be able to flip switch, but they have to use 2 shields here, which is okay for me, to be fair. I can go ahead and go into my Kingdra now, and I was like, okay, I can just farm them all the way down. This is most likely, maybe it's a Blizzard. I'm going to shield up. It's going to be a Mud Bomb, and they only get to like 3 more fast moves. There is no way that this is a Blizzard, and they hit the Blizzard. So yeah, I guess my opponent really outplayed me here. Very well played with the Wish Cast there. Very cool to see. Doesn't really help unless we can go for one Blast Burn here as well. Blast Burn coming through. Blast Burn gonna get the KO, and we will see the Rage Eyes now quitting out against me. Very cool team from the opponent though. Appreciate the battle. Yeah, like here in general, you see me using Blast Burn still on my on my Blaziken here, but you can definitely use something like Stone Edge and Brave Bird. Most likely both of them would be better than Blast Burn. Still, Blast Burn is such a strong move, like it doesn't even matter if it's resisted, it's still going to hurt basically as much as the other moves as well that are non-step. Brave Bird is most likely the best one in general because you will be able to hit a lot of Pokemon for neutral damage, also like something like the Swampert would hit for neutral damage, but I just didn't want to give up my Blast Burn now, and like it's totally fine to use something like Blast Burn as well, but like if you don't have a Blast Burn version, just use any other move for that as well. Note, Stone Edge is a legacy move, you only can get it with an Elite TM, and we will see here the Sandslash going for one Ice Punch. Very nice to bait there first. I will let this next move go through. Going to be the Bulldoze now, going to knock me out. Let's see, we see a Tentacruel in the back. Very good bait there from the opponent though, which actually really helps them out in this matchup as well. They're gonna go, of course, for the Acid Spray if they have it, and they do have it. I can go for the Octazooka. Do I get the debuff? It doesn't really matter at this point anyway, but just for the memes, of course we don't. It just, yeah, like, again, my Octazooka luck was insanely bad. So this team will even work out way better if you just have half decent luck with that move, because it's pretty important to get the double debuff there. Helps out a ton in a lot of matchups. As we see, here's someone that most likely runs my team. Against my team as well, that I showcased yesterday, which got me a 12-3-1 if you haven't seen that video. I usually just go ahead and go for one charge move against the Blaziken. I will be able to usually take this move here as well. They're gonna go for the Blast Burn there, which would have been double resisted, still would have hurt a lot, but of course they had the option as well to have any other move basically. Like Stone Edge, like the Brave Bird, both of them would be even better, so shielding there is just safer. You will be able to actually have a great time against this Obama Snow as well. They're most likely going to have this, Sudowoodo in the back, as already predicted before. I'm going to try to keep my move alive, and I can go ahead and go into my Credilli here. Credilli can take a Meteor Beam as well, as you can see here. But very cool to see someone using my team here, so shoutouts to you if you watched my video before to get to this team. Very, very cool. Sadly, you're going to lose with your team here, as this Blast Burn going to annihilate your Obama Snow. But yeah, this is kind of good answer team to my team from before, which wasn't really intended, but is a nice side effect as we see another Kingdra against us here right now. We will be able to get some energy lead here as well with the fast move counter. Gonna swap now into our own Kingdra so we can farm them down in time. They're going to go for another charge move here, which is going to be the Outrage as well, which is cool. And we see a Sudowoodo coming in as well. Sudowoodo is definitely way more common since I made my video yesterday, which is funny. Might be coincidence, to be fair, but I only saw I think one Sudowoodo when I played my own games, and I think I faced like 5 or something now after I made my video about Sudowoodo, which is really, really cool to see. As we see the Blaziken getting shield here from the opponent, I'm going to let this move go through here. As this Rock Slide coming through, I can farm them all the way down with my Credilli, and hopefully I still have a good chance here. Potential Meteor Beam, I'm going to shield this move up. It's going to be the Rock Slide, and they have their own Credilli in the back sadly, so that's going to be a tough one to still win. I have no idea about the damage output from Credilli, so I just went for the Grass Knot. Turns out that was not enough. I should have went for 2 Stone Edges. So, good to know for the next time. Didn't know this, didn't use Credilli for ages, and definitely haven't seen the mirror for like at least a year. So, Credilli definitely should go straight for the Stone Edge, I guess, on the mirror like this. The opponent still has 3 Pokemon that all were like around 1 HP, which is kind of wild, but yeah, good game there. Next opponent. Again, Sandslash, we see the Pelipper coming in, might be a Swampert in the back, might be our first team that we build. A lot of times it's funny to see like creator teams in general. Also saw from other creators some teams as well already showing up, which was kind of cool. We see the Pelipper going to go ahead and go for the Weather Ball. We called the bait here at least, which is good. And now we are 1 shield down, but we will be able to go for 2 Octazookas against the opponent. Let's see, we can go for 1 here. Let's see if we get the debuff. We're gonna get the shield, but no debuff. We're going to go for another one. Let's see if that's going to debuff them, at least this time around. And it does for the first time. Hell yeah, finally a debuff, which doesn't matter because they swap out immediately anyway. And we can swap into our Credilli against the Swampert. I think I misplayed this a little bit. I don't know. I can go for one Grass Knot here, but actually the Swampert might be able to... Actually, no, they're going to let this move go through. I think I'm fine now, right? I think I'm fine. I can go for the Grass Knot here if I wanted to, but I'm going to opt to let this move go through. Yeah, should be fine. There's no way that they can get to enough moves here, so it's going to be a good game. They should have shielded the Swampert, because I think they had a chance of still winning this with the Swampert alone, but... like this, there was nothing that they can do anymore. Good lead for us, like Blaziken lead right now is literally so safe. It might be again our team with Sudowoodo, because that's basically already the 2 Pokemon that are in my team here with Sudowoodo, so might be another Sudowoodo in the back. Would be funny to see like so many times my own team against me again. We see a Brave Bird this time around, so good that we shielded, and we will see coming in here Lantern. Okay, Lantern is also a good answer for potential flying types. I like the Pelipper as well, as this Outrage is coming through, going to do a ton of damage already. They can go for one Thunderbolt here to knock me out, but I will be able to align now my Cradilly, getting some farm. We see the Obama Snow coming in. I can go for a charge move here. I can go for one Stone Edge already, getting the shield from the opponent, or we could just knock them out straight away. That's even easier for us. Good game there. Next game coming up. Like, the games are so fast, which is really fun to watch, to be fair. We'll see the Blaziken against us here in the lead. Usually I should swap out around the Blaziken range as well into your Kingdra to catch the move there, but yeah. We will see here that we will be able to go for another charge move against the opponent. Swampert will hopefully get the shield from the opponent. Yeah, it does get the shield there. And Cradilly against Swampert is actually not the best matchup. I think Shadow Cradilly might be a little bit better, because you will be able to farm them down, I think, in the 2-shield scenario. Just go straight Bullet Seed. Like this, we have to go into our Kingdra. We have to still take another move here. They get there with 1 HP, of course. Going to be a Hydro Cannon, double resisted, doesn't do too much damage, as we will face in the incoming Blaziken again, which is actually cool for me, because I can now shield this move up, farm them all the way down, and most likely get to 2 Octazookas to debuff the opponent. Whatever they have in the back, they're going to have a Seismitoad. Do we get the debuff here? Actually, we do, which is very good for us here. But yeah, this was one of the rare occasions where I actually got the debuff, where I think it mattered maybe. I don't actually think it really mattered as well, as you see the health already from the Seismitoad. It's already very, very low, and we will be able to knock them out before they even go for a charge move. So like, I don't think it really mattered either. But yeah, Octazooka debuffs weren't really a thing for me too much. We will see an Bomber Snow against us here, very decent lead again. They don't swap out, which is interesting, which allows me to just farm them straight down. Goodbye, Obama Snow. Thanks for staying in. We see a Bastion on the back. I guess they don't like counter users. As Blaziken gonna get the shield there, we can go ahead and go for a Blast Burn here. Blast Burn going to knock them out. Or not. We're going to see another shield coming in, which is also fine. We can go into a Cradilly, and Cradilly will be able to take any move as well. And it might shield this move up just in case. Yeah, I'm just going to shield it up for whatever reason, to be fair. We might see something like a Swampert in the back or whatever. I don't know why they are going to stay in here as well. Grass not coming through. Gonna get them low. Gonna get them into range so I can farm them down. And now we have a ton of energy advantage. I will be able to take the Stone Edge. And we see their own Cradilly coming in the back there. I could just stay in here and just rely on my Kingdra. And I think I'm just going to do this. I can go for Grass Dots here. Let them knock me out. I don't really care too much. I get them low. And they can overfarm as much as they want here. Don't really care. The Bastion has basically 0 HP and 0 energy, which means we can shield up this move from the Cradilly and we will be fine. Sadly, that's away with a 1 HP here again, but it doesn't really matter, as we can just farm on the Bastion as well. I actually thought of running the Hydro Pump version of Kingdra here, but I definitely can say that this would be a stupid idea. I thought like there would be more Bastions around. Don't actually know why there are not as many Bastions around right now. Bastion does make a ton of sense to play right now, but yeah, for Bastion, it also only does around 60% damage, which is insane. Like, you have a Shadow Kingdra, a very attack-weighted Pokemon with Hydro Pump, and it only does around 60% damage against a Bastion. I'm like, what? It's a Hydro Pump. But yeah, we will see a Seaking here, which is definitely a good Pokemon to use in this meta. Seaking is a very strong core breaker here, which I didn't even expect like to see at all. But here I should went for the Stone Edge already. I don't know, I overtapped a little bit, which really annoyed me, and I think this might have cost me the game here. We will be able to go ahead and go for hopefully an Octazooka soon, but yeah, I think I misplayed this hard. We can go for the Octazooka now at least, and this will actually get the shield, which is nice. Of course we don't get the debuff, because why would we? We will be able to shield up the next move coming in, going to be the Body Slam, but we can farm them all the way down. We can go for one Blast Burn, we win CMP against the opponent, and even this full health, nearly full health Bomber Snow, it doesn't really matter. This Blast Burn is around 300%, I would say, so goodbye there. Next game coming up against Kappa91. I battled this dude. Honestly, I don't know if he watches my videos, most likely not. I battled this dude since the preseason of Go Battle League. Literally, like, over 2 years ago, I already battled this dude, and I remember his name. It's kind of funny to see him again, because, like, it's so funny to see people that you know already for, like, so long. I don't know who this person is. I honestly have no idea who this person is, but I know that I battled him so many times already over 2 years of Go Battle League. It's wild. I know him from the earlier days before I did YouTube or anything. And yeah, I don't know who he is, but he definitely has a Mantine here, which is cool. we will be able to go ahead and shield up the move coming up here, going to be the Ice Beam. We can go for 1 Stone Edge here, not joking around, going straight for the nuke here, but sadly they're going to shield us move up. I'm going to predict that this is a Bubble Beam. They kind of want to get my health, like my attack low, and they want to bait me. And now we're going to be able to go for the Stone Edge again. We have now a very great advantage. We got the damage on the opponent. We can go for a Grass Knot soon as well. We can shield this move up. Going to be another Bubble Beam, good bait from the opponent, but it doesn't really matter. We can just go ahead and go for the Grass Knot, get the shield, and we can also let them throw again. And then we can swap out into our Blaziken, which has a Moonstone, and we will be able to win this final game here. This team was definitely very good. Sorry if my commentary was a little bit off. I'm a little bit sick right now, but it's fine. See you later on for the video for the trainer challenge again. Can't wait for this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.